Okay guys, let us show you one of these new baits we brought out for musky fishing. This is Danny Herbeck's brainchild. It's the Burbot Tube. So Danny, tell us a little bit about this bait and spinner blade in the tail and the jointed harness. What is this all about?
Anybody in the musky world in the last few years has realized that tubes have kind of taken it by storm and how effective they actually are at catching fish, you know, especially when they're in the deeper water columns. And I wanted to create a bait that right out of the package was ready to fish, had all the accessories already added onto it that you don't have to buy extra and rig yourself. Other tube brands, you're buying a tube that you actually have to put the weight in, the harness in, the hooks in, and there's a lot of room for error. And this bait out of the package comes pre-rigged, ready to fish with every attachment and every bell and whistle you could think.
So I've noticed when you fish it that you kind of want this yo-yo effect. So you want it to kind of dive fast and pull it up, dive fast erratically. And that the joint that we put in here really helps that. But also adding that extra belly weight that you can actually remove if you want to fish it shallow and a little bit more slow. It's a very cool and versatile bait. But the way I see you work it is really aggressive.
Yes, a reactionary bite.
Or the spinner tail here actually kind of helps it even out so it doesn't catch itself. And another cool feature is that we made that groove on the inside because you want something that collapsed very easy. So you can see that that groove makes it completely flat. And I've seen that the hookup rate is really exceptionally good on this.
And besides the hookup ratio, when you actually rip that bait and the force of the water coming over it flattens that bait out and allows it to stay true, and you're not getting the rolling effect that you see on other tubes. The way we designed the spinner on the back is it's a no-fail spinner. No swivels to fail on you, and over time they'll wear out and break. No split rings to come undone. It's a true spinner that will spin every time that bait is falling or every time you're ripping that blade is spinning for you. And it's 100% tangle free. It cannot tangle on the hook, and I mean it's an awesome killer bait.
And this one has caught a really substantial amount of big muskies over the last year, I would say. Since we started throwing this, you know, this has become one of your go-to baits because you just keep producing big fish on it.
Over since, you know, the prototype that we had last year actually I'm almost full year into it now. I would say every big fish that I put in my boat is contributed to this Burbot Tube.
Oh, that's impressive.
These hooks are very sharp, but what people don't realize is when you are fishing rubber and tubes like that, you are going to get snagged eventually. It's inevitable. These hooks the quality of them, even if you are snagged, they don't dull. And if they do burr, a very just fine touch up on with a file and you're right back in the game versus a lot of other hooks that they're softer.
So we put out 8 great colors, some really super cool stuff in there. So this is a 6.7 ounce bait with the 2/3 ounce belly weight here, but you can take that off if you want to have a little bit more subtle action to it. And it's a full 10-inch bait, so it's kind of like that perfect size, not too big, not too small. A lot of the follow fish, it actually makes them into a biting fish, right? Because of this perfect size.